the Otis is trying to explain to you, and this goes to my closing point, is that there's a time when we as women must understand, when we're dating, about the messages that we're sending to people. It's important to think about that. What I mean specifically is, number one, when you're dating or going out on a date, or maybe in a proposed date, thought maybe between you and the gentleman, if you notice in that skit, did you see the power plays being acted out? What did you notice between the female of the first segment, which was the female that the male was trying to get to come over and have sex? What did you notice differently about her versus the second female, who, if you notice, was able to get the gentleman, even though he was frustrated? What happened? He listened. Are you guys getting the difference between the two? I think we as women understand the basics, but what we really need to understand, and why we need to understand it, is because, like the Otis said, there's a new consciousness change coming with us women. We're being called into leadership now more than ever. And what do I mean by leadership? I'll explain. We're educated now more than ever. Can't say that we don't have degrees and PhDs and MDs and all them MBSs or whatever it is. You can't say we don't have the education. We're now employed, making more money than ever. At any time in history, women are making money now more than ever. As a result, we're getting educated, we're making money, but our relationships are failing. Not because we're bad people, because we need to get re-educated on the basics and the truth, the game. Does anyone understand what I mean by the game? I'll give you an example. The first couple that was up here, Ralph Beck and Janet, did you notice how focused he was on making sure that he got her out of there to have sex? He said everything he needed to say. Is that not true? Mm-hmm. Did you notice, number one, that he used humor? Did anyone notice that, by the way? When she came at him and she expressed, do you know the Matrix? What did he do? Oh, baby. Yeah, is that like Kevin Hart? Did you notice how the humor was used to pull her mind away from the fact that she was focused on understanding this man that was in front of her? Did anyone notice that? How about the second lady? Did you notice something different between what the first individual lady did and what the second lady did? She persisted. No, you're going to sit here, and we're going to talk about this. And when he got frustrated, what happened? Yeah. Second lady was able to get that gentleman to come back and sit down and hear her and listen to her. More affection. Simply put, ladies and gentlemen, the skit was to open your mind to the two different power plays that get played out every time you make a choice to go out on a date. What we did here today was explode those subtle communications that usually happens between a man and a woman when you go out on a date. Because see, like the Otis said, we're different than men. Men are made completely different than we are. They have validity in terms of why they are the way. Men naturally like to dominate, control, subdue. That's their energy. There's nothing wrong with that in itself, for it creates things. It brings things from nothing. It has the energy to produce. But we as women have the energy of the spirit. That's just as effective and just as important as dominating and control. We nurture, we care, we share. That's our energy. And what we need to realize when we're dating is that you do have power. You've always had the power. Always. It's always been there. You don't have to succumb to the images that you see on TV. Nonetheless, I'm fully aware how hard it is. When you get up every day and you want to do right in your heart and your soul, every time you turn on the TV, you see a woman opposite of who you are. We're not here to tell you when to do it. We're telling you it's important that you think about doing it. Because the leadership that's coming on women is stronger than ever. You want to really know what I'm talking about? Have you ever noticed that maybe you're working a little harder than you used to? You got the job, you're taking care of the kids, paying the bills, making a way out of no way. Those subtle feelings of frustration, they're not there without a reason. There's something going on. And as a result, we women need to realize in this leadership that's being called upon us women, that we can no longer sit back and just say comfortably, well, everyone else is doing it. What we have to do as women is realize that it's not what you make, it's how you spend. It's not the guy you're dating, it's do you know the man that you're dating. It's not about being perfect, it's about being true to yourself and understanding your boundaries. The reason why we talk about leadership is because you can't lead someone else if your own house is in order, as they say, in disorder. And I hope today that through this skit and through the Otis, that you were able to get some enlightenment on the dating scene. What goes on, what's being spoken, what's not being done, and understand that you have the power to change your situation. There are 5 different types of relationships. 5. That means that every person that you meet is not the one. That means give yourself enough time to understand the person that's in your life and in your world. That means that you need to sit down as women and think about not only what is it that you're getting into, but who is the individual that is in your world. Take the time. Slow it down. There's so much going on, a plethora of information for you to grasp and learn and understand and create a different outcome. And I encourage you to think about what you saw today up here, the 2 skits, between the man working very diligently to get the woman to move into having sex versus the woman who's very focused and decided, I'm not going to settle. If we're going to do this together, come to my room.
And his baby boy. Man makes them happy only because